All right, and welcome to the Savings Angel Show. My name is Josh Elledge. I am back in from playing some Pokemon Go with my 10-year-old Noah. If you heard my last episode, you know what I'm referring to. Well, I am up to level 16 already, so I'd say that this has been a pretty good venture for me. Doing pretty well at the Pokemon Go. And so, on today's episode, look, this is a really important episode because if you've ever watched my webinar or video workshop where I talk about how to cut your grocery bill in half, this is the episode where I talk about how to cut your grocery bill in half. I'm going to go through my 5 most important tips for how to cut a grocery bill in half. And we're also going to talk about how you can put this on autopilot and you can save yourself a lot of time in doing this, because it's one thing to save a lot of money, but if it takes up all your time, well, that's no fun. So I'm going to share how you can do both. Now, what's really cool about this episode as well is that I'm also shooting video. So if you want to watch the video and you want to find out who, it should be pretty apparent, who looks like they are sponsoring this, at least my wardrobe for this episode. You can see in the video exactly what I'm wearing and why you might think that there's a particular brand that is being displayed prominently upon my apparel. I'm just now noticing that as I see my video. So here we go. Are you ready? We're going to learn about the 5 best ways to cut your grocery bill in half. So let's do this thing. All right, so I want to start off by sharing my Savings Angel story. And I don't know that I've really shared this in a long time on this podcast, but just a little bit about my background and how I became an expert at saving lots and lots of money at the grocery store, and how now I've been able to teach millions of people how to do this, either through my syndicated newspaper column, through my syndicated TV segment, locally here in Orlando. I've been on Fox 35 every Tuesday morning for the past 5.5 years. I've been on radio or TV more than 1,000 times now. It's a real honor to be able to do that. But so where did I come from? Do I have a degree in groceryology? Well, no, in fact, I don't. Originally from West Michigan. I joined the United States Navy as a Navy broadcast journalist and did a lot of TV. I was stationed in Hawaii, where I met who would become my beautiful, beautiful wife, Jenny, and we met at a luau. In fact, she was on vacation. I was a sailor stationed in Hawaii, and we met at the luau, and I was carrying around a big video camera, and I saw this beautiful brunette. And I kind of started getting some extra video of her. And in fact, by the time I was ready to leave that luau, I gave her my card with my number, and she called. And we spent our first date, as it were, on the phone. And we actually talked on the phone for about 4.5 hours. So we really hit it off. And then we had our first date. And I mean, you want to talk about a whirlwind romance. We ended up spending about 10, 14 days together in Hawaii. I took a week off work. She extended her vacation to spend more time together. And as she was getting on the plane, I took her to the airport, and as she was ready to fly home, I just couldn't stop myself, and I had to propose to her. And so after knowing each other under 20 days, when you know, you know. And so I proposed to her, and we had a long engagement. But here we go. 20 some years later, we've had just a wonderful family and a wonderful relationship. We have 3 beautiful kids now. My wife, Jenny, just in case you are curious about this, today is a family therapist and very good at what she does. My 3 beautiful kids are, you can actually, if you're watching the video, you'll see a photo of them. My son, Noah, give me a kiss on the cheek there. And this is probably a handful of years ago, not as evidenced by my dear wife and I, but the kids, they give it away because they look older. So my oldest daughter is now 17. I've got a 13-year-old son named Ethan, and my youngest, Noah, as you know, a common co-pilot to this podcast is 10 years old, and he and I, well, all three of my kids and I do lots of fun things together, and I love sharing that with you. So that's kind of where I come from. Now, I've owned a couple of businesses, and some did okay, some not so okay. But about 9.5 years ago, actually 10 years ago, my dear wife and I were trying to live as frugally as possible. I was dealing with instability in my own work, and my income was kind of up and down, and I was really nervous about losing my income altogether. And that's, if you've been in that position, you know it's kind of a horrible feeling. And so we started reading. I read a book called The Richest Man in Babylon. And then that led me to go through Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University. And as my wife and I did our spending plan, we were going through and kind of adding everything up. And I asked her, I said, honey, how much do we spend at the grocery store? Thinking, I don't know, maybe like $300-400. And she kind of laughed at me. She's like, are you kidding? We spend more like $800-900. And I was shocked by that because we were doing all our shopping at Meijer and Walmart, Warehouse Club, and everywhere we thought we were supposed to go in order to save money. We were following all the advice. I never went shopping when I was hungry, right? Because that's how you spend a lot more at the grocery store. We thought we were doing everything we were supposed to. And so that led to a summer, and this was the summer of, I want to say 2008, studying all the experts I could. Actually, no, summer of 2006, all the experts I could on how to save money at the grocery store. And I read a huge stack of books, and they all seemed to agree that the best way for the majority of Americans to significantly cut your grocery bill is by applying very high value coupons to great local sales. And that's generally what I found all the experts said. Now, there's one other way you can do this. And it's even cheaper. And that is that you can grow all your own food. That's another option. And just knowing what my experience has been about growing my own food hasn't been very successful. The wildlife tended to get far more of my produce than I ever did. And trust me, the produce that I ended up getting was nothing to brag about. So that wasn't going to be an option, and I just didn't have the time for it. So I thought, well, okay, so I'm going to try this couponing thing, but I'm ambitiously lazy. So I'm willing to do a little bit more work on the front end if it means that I can save more money in the long run. So what I started doing is I started putting all the coupons that would come out in the Sunday paper into an Excel spreadsheet. Now, it was a lot more work, but what I would then do is I would scan through the ad, and then I would search through my database of coupons, because at the time there really wasn't any good coupon databases on the internet. SavingsAngel didn't exist yet. And so I would search then through the ad, and I would look at an item, and I would mostly remember everything that I had punched into this spreadsheet. And so I could kind of recall pretty easily, oh yeah, I think 3 weeks ago I entered something in. So I would do a Control F, and I would find, and I'd see if there was a matching coupon. And then I'd go back to that coupon insert 3 weeks ago, and I would say, oh great, Aunt Jemima pancake mix is on sale for $2.20 at Meijer, and I've got a coupon for 50 cents off. Well, that's $1.70 as opposed to $3.40. So now I'm getting my pancake mix for 50% off, which I thought, hey, well, that's a pretty good deal. And so I started getting better and better at this system of mine and started saving a lot of money. And so I talked to some good friends and was kind of sharing with them my success. And at their urging, they said, Josh, you probably should put this on the internet. I mean, this could probably be pretty popular. And so I created a website out of it. And the first version of the website was not that pretty. But we created a membership-based website out of it because it took my dear wife and I would spend on Sunday, I would spend 12 hours entering data in. She would spend 10-12 hours. And then Monday, we would each spend 10-12 hours. And we managed to get 4 stores into the first version of SavingsAngel. And so we thought, well, that's probably worth a little bit of money. And so we asked people if they would be willing to contribute. We could keep doing the work. And so people started contributing. Now, thankfully, I started doing a lot of work with a local Christian broadcaster, started appearing in more small newspapers and ad magazines, and eventually appeared in the Grand Rapids Press, which was kind of a big deal living in West Michigan at the time. Well, Savings Angel took off, and because it's a service that makes a lot of sense. And so now there's two levels to Savings Angel, and I'll talk about that a little bit later in this presentation. But we do a lot of stuff for free because I just love helping as many people as I possibly can. And then now today, we've since moved down to Orlando, Florida, and we now have dozens of people who help us because we do a lot more stores. We've got great customer service, and we produce a lot more content. And so it's been quite an honor to grow with this company and to be able to help so many people and to hire so many amazing moms and a couple of dads to provide such valuable information to both our free visitors, our guests, and our VIP members. And just so you know, our membership today normally is $3.99 a week. And with that, generally, most people can save themselves about $400 a month. So that's really important to me to make sure that our members are very, very successful. And in fact, just before I continue on, I do want to share that if you happen to be listening or watching this before July 28th, we have a promotion right now. And that promotion will save you a lot of money. And that promotion is that if you'd like to use our VIP service for a full year, normally, again, in the course of a year, you should be able to save about $4,000. So for our work, we normally had been charging about $260 a year when you add up the $5 a week. But with a special promotion, right now you can get started with Savings Angel for the whole year. You're set for the next 12 months. And now is great timing with back to school, because there's a lot of great deals that are starting. But you can do the whole year for $159. And if you don't save $159 by the end of your first month, or you feel like you're getting close and you're like, I don't think I'm going to do it, just ask for your money back. No problem. Totally cool. All right. I want to make sure that first and foremost, like, our friendship is good. So, and we've been doing this a long time. We're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau because we truly do have the heart of a servant's heart. I mean, that's why we do what we do. But we do ask for a contribution just so we can keep doing the work that we do. Unfortunately, someone has to pay for the servers, and we have a lot of people that are involved in making sure that you truly are successful with this. We do a lot of great work in terms of education, answering questions, and making sure that you're very, very successful, as opposed to, just putting a few deals on the web and, saying, go get them, Tiger. We personally involve ourselves in your success. So again, if you've ever been on the fence about Savings Angel, again, $159 is, I think it's like $3.06 a week. That deal offers midnight Thursday, July 28th, and there are no extensions. This is a summer only promotion. It's 1 week and 1 week only. So I'm sorry, but if you wake up on the 29th, you're like, oh, I missed it. We shut it down. We have to shut it down out of fairness to everybody. But if you can, hopefully you're watching or listening to this by the 28th. You'll see it right on SavingsAngel.com. There's a big image right there where you can get started with this. But again, $159, and just try it. If it doesn't work for you, ask for your money back. I will tell you also that there are some areas of the country where Savings Angel is much more valuable than others. If you're anywhere along that stretch of highway that goes from the Midwest, Michigan, and all that surrounding area, all the way down to Florida and all that surrounding area, okay, you're going to do really, really, really well with Savings Angel. Now, if you're on the West Coast, or if you're up in New England, still valuable. Just we don't cover as many of your regional grocery chains as we do along the Midwest and down to the South. So just take a look at the stores that we cover. But again, you're welcome to try it either way. If you find that you're not saving your money, Rachel will hook you up, give you your money immediately back. I just want you, at the very least, if you've ever considered trying it, This is the lowest price we've ever in the 9.5 years of offering Savings Angel. We've never offered it for this little. And again, this is a summer only promotion. So anyway, that said, I want to share with you the 5 principles with or without Savings Angel. All right. You could do this yourself. It's going to take a little bit more time. And so you can decide whether or not it's worth the $3 a week or not. But if you want to do this yourself, what I'm about to share with you, it works either way. You ready? So here we go. Here's the first principle to cutting your grocery bill in half. Number 1, you need to only buy the absolute best deals. Now, these should generally be 50% off or better. Now, buying only what you need-based shopping week to week is the most expensive way to shop. And unfortunately, that's what most people do. Well, I'm only going to buy something when I absolutely positively need it. Now, that's good advice for a lot of things, right? For luxury items, absolutely, that's great advice. For groceries, however, and consumables, the stuff you have to buy on a regular basis, you can't stop eating. You have to keep eating. Your kids, they need to keep eating, right? So you have to keep buying groceries. You have to keep buying toilet paper. I'm sorry. The alternatives are none too pleasant, all right? But here's the thing. You should only be buying the things that are the absolute best deals. You might be thinking, well, wait a minute. I need broccoli this week. I'll get to that. Now, why would you buy full price products when there are hundreds of others you can get each week for 50 to 80% off, right? Now, what you want to do, again, I'm going to get to this in just a second. But again, unless you want to grow all your own food, the best way for the majority of Americans to significantly cut your grocery bill is by applying very high value coupons to great local sales. That's how you're going to get hundreds of items every single week for 50 to 80% off. And you might think, Josh, I don't get the Sunday paper. I don't get those coupons. You don't need those coupons, right? Those coupons will help, right? But you don't have to do printed coupons that come out in your Sunday paper. If you only do online coupons, you could still do very, very, very well. And you can absolutely still save $200-300 a month by doing this the right way. So again, remember, need-based shopping stinks. Don't do it. It's extremely expensive. I don't care if you shop at Walmart. I don't care if you shop at Aldi. I don't care if you shop at the warehouse clubs. I don't care if you shop at the scratch and dent shop. Okay. You cannot beat 50 to 80% off consistently, off the majority of the things that you buy every single week. You can't get that level of deal at Walmart. They're not going to give you free groceries every week. But at Savings Angel, we constantly find free products for our members every single week. So again, if you like getting free stuff, I'm glad that you and I are friends because I love helping you find free stuff. And there's a lot more free stuff available if you should decide that it makes sense for your $3 a week through a VIP membership. Now, number 2 is what fits hand in hand. Let me share something else about number 1. I want to go back here. And that is that need-based shopping. Why is need-based shopping so expensive? Well, what ends up happening is that let's say you're out of mayonnaise and whoops, your kids are going to want lunches. School lunches are right around the corner. I got to have mayonnaise. And so what most of us will do is we'll say, okay, got to buy mayonnaise. It's on the list. And so we understand unit pricing, right? We understand how sales work, and we understand that generally store brand products are comparable in most cases with brand name products. Not always. And I've done a lot of testing on this. So what you end up doing is that you say, I need mayonnaise. Okay, well, that one's on sale at $3 a jar. Store brand's $2.87. And then you just make a decision. And it's the decision you make is the kind of the least worst decision. It's, for the deal. Now, what you didn't realize is that mayonnaise last week was on sale, buy one, get one free. And there was a 75-cent coupon, which meant that you could have got your jars of mayonnaise for like 80 cents. Now, doesn't it make sense that you should have bought your mayonnaise last week? Well, why didn't you? Well, you didn't because you just weren't aware that it was that great a deal, right? It's hard for a lot of us to think ahead as to all of the things that we need or we will need, which is why if you're going from a list like what we produce at Savings Angel, we just give you the whole ad matched with coupons and we put it in order of the absolute best deals, the stuff you can get for free, all the way to the stuff that you shouldn't even bother. Don't even waste your time with. It's in the ad, but there are no good coupons. And in fact, it's not really a great sale, right? Stores do that a lot. I want to make sure that you're only getting the absolute best deals. And when you go into a store with a list of needs, you have no negotiating power, which means you will pay whatever they decide to sell it to you for. This is why grocery stores make money. They make a lot of money thanks to volume and thanks to all those need-based purchases. See, instead, if you were to only go in for the loss leaders, it's kind of like, well, this isn't as good example anymore, but it's kind of like going to Vegas and letting the gamblers pay for everything when you don't gamble, and you're just there for great food and great deals on entertainment. That's not necessarily a great example, but another example of need-based shopping is like going onto a used car lot. And you say, and you walk up to a guy and he's got that oily mustache and he's wearing that Herb Tarlick blazer. Boy, that really dates me. Google that one, Herb Tarlick, from, I think, WKRP in Cincinnati. But you know exactly the picture that I'm describing, right? And he's like, so what do I got to do to get you into a car today? And he's twirling his mustache. And in the video, you can see me twirling my own invisible mustache. So you tell him, you break out your list of needs and you're like, oh, well, I need a red sports car with a moonroof and spoiler and tinted windows and fuzzy dice hanging from the window, bucket seats, 4 on the floor, whatever that means. I'm just throwing stuff out there. Right. You need all this stuff. And I'm not leaving your lot today until I get it. Imagine saying that to Mr. Oily Car Salesman. How much are you going to end up paying for that car? You will pay whatever he decides to sell it to you for. Now, what you didn't know was that 2 weeks ago, that car was on sale for $8,000. But this week, guess what? You're going to pay $9,500 because you had no negotiating power. Now, how do we get you in a position where you never need stuff? Well, it's really simple. Number 2, stock up. Doesn't this make sense? Now, getting breakfast cereal for about $1 a box is really common through Savings Angel, right? So let's say that you have a son like my boy, Ethan, who loves breakfast cereal. And like this week at Target, I just got Raisin Bran for like $1.20 something, right? But let's say you can get like Cheerios for $1 a box. That's pretty common, especially with back to school now. Now, normally you would spend $4 a box. So if you can get your breakfast cereal for 75% off, here's a quiz. How many should you buy? 2? 3? 4? Here's my advice. You should buy about 12 weeks worth of a product when you feel like you're getting a really, really good deal on it. So I don't know how many that is for you. How many boxes of cereal can you go through in 12 weeks? That's how many you should buy. But let's say you bought 6 boxes. That would mean that your total savings, right? What's left in your bank account? Because again, you're not buying $4 boxes of cereal when you run out, but you bought it at $1 a box. So 3 times 6 means you have an extra $18 in your bank account. Now you might be saying, well, Josh, that was $18. That doesn't really get me excited. Oh, I know. We're only talking about one item though. What would happen if you applied this principle to every single thing you put in your cart and you were able to save 75% off of everything? Well, how much do you normally spend? If you're not doing coupon shopping, but you're just doing regular shopping, remember those days, right? And How much do you normally spend when you check out? How about at a warehouse club? Are you kidding me? Try and get out of a warehouse club for under $100. Okay, I've got a lot of opinions on warehouse clubs, and they're not good. We've done the math, we've done the science, and again, your best deal is going to be found when you use very high value coupons at stores that offer high-low pricing. Kind of always low, and I'm using air quotes right there. That kind of pricing is generally not where you're going to find your best deal. You want the loss leaders. You want the BOGOs. You want the deals that where the grocer is actually losing money on those particular products. Now, you don't have to feel bad in thinking, oh, but I want to give a lot of profit to my local grocery store. Well, you're welcome to, but trust me when I say that there will always be lots and lots of people who will take care of that for you. I'd rather you join our little club and take advantage of these loss leaders. And so when you get these loss leaders and you're getting these products for 75% off, I want you to buy 12 weeks worth. You don't need to fill your garage full of toothpaste, extreme couponers. Silly. Now, if you want to buy extra beyond what you're going to need and you donate it, well, that's why Savings Angel does what we do. We love fostering the giving and of products beyond what you can use. And I believe that the best way to fill the cups of others is to eliminate those feelings of scarcity. And when you have more than you need, don't you feel like it just feels safer to give? And that's what Savings is. That's our mission, is to help fill the cups of others so that they can then in turn pay it forward. And if manufacturers and retailers can help subsidize your giving, well, guess what? Your local pantries, your church pantries, your local nonprofits and charities that you support and believe in, they're going to be in a great position. You have a family member, a friend, a neighbor who has lost their job. Oh, it's so wonderful to be able to say, I got you, and invite them over. Or just show up at their place with, 8 to 10 bags worth of food. What a gift that is to be in that position. That's our mission at Savings Angel. So, principle number 2, when you get a great deal, stock up. Buy lots of it. Number 3, this is not your mother's couponing system. All right. Now, while extreme couponers may save a great deal of money, they can also spend 10 to 40 hours a week in order to get those results. Okay, for those of us with busy lifestyles, just let technology do the work for you, right? Savings Angel has it's a free coupon database you can use, right? If you just want to get off the elevator, it's, a certain level of savings, then the free coupon database, absolutely fantastic for you, right? You want to go follow some free blogs? That's great. Go do that, right? But don't try and do all this yourself. That's hard. Don't do couponing by yourself. There's no need to, right? It's really, really easy. Okay. If you're a VIP member of Savings Angel, all you have to do is just punch in the products you use on a regular basis or the product categories. Like if you need diapers or organic products or whatever. Okay. We categorize everything. And so we're constantly searching around the clock. And when that combination comes up of a store you shop at and a matching coupon or a sale or whatever combination it takes. And all of a sudden we say, whoop, whoop, whoop. We just found diapers at 50% off. We immediately send you an email and you get to be the first in your town to take advantage of that. Because sometimes coupons are added to the internet on a Thursday and the store sale started on Sunday. And if you don't know about that deal, that combination where there's only like 3 days overlap, you missed it. And that stinks. So our Enlightened shopping service is way more than what you may find on blogs or whatever. I mean, we actually have, alert systems that will alert you whenever there's something that you want and it hits whatever target that you want for. Does that make sense? Anyway, another thing I want you to consider is that today's coupons are extremely valuable. Okay. We're not talking about 5-cent coupons. All right, I never redeemed a 5-cent coupon. I think the lowest is maybe a quarter, but generally my coupons I redeem, they're $1, right? I love like $2 coupons. And guess what? They're out there and I want to make sure that you find them. And the only way you're going to do that is if you're very actively shopping. I don't want you to be a passive shopper. I want you to be very active about this because active shoppers end up saving a lot more money than passive shoppers. Here's principle number 4. There are coupons for almost everything you put in your cart. So if you want minimally or unprocessed foods, we have coupons for that. If you want organic, generally we have about 200 coupons for organic products in our coupon database alone. You want gluten-free? Yeah, we got that. Vegetarian, vegan, low fat, low salt, low carb, kosher? Yeah, there are coupons for all that stuff. And guess what? That stuff goes on sale too. A sale is really good. You should buy sale price products. A coupon is very good. You should use coupons. But you stack both of them together, and that's where the magic happens. And again, at SavingsAngel.com, we've got over 5,000 active coupons you could be using right now. So unless you just don't like your money, this is kind of a no-brainer. I mean, I really, it's not going to take the amount of time that you think it is. And what I would recommend is that you know how busy you are. Now, I suspect that you consider yourself to be extremely busy. So I want you to be very protective of your time. What I find, and this is a great rule of thumb, is that your first hour of couponing or conscious shopping, we call it enlightened shopping at Savings Angel, is going to be your most valuable. You are going to make the most money for that first hour of activity. And then it's the law of diminishing returns. So if you want to save 50% or 60%, that's pretty easy. If you want to save 70 to 80%, and you want to get to extreme couponing territory, that's fine. You're just going to need to do a lot more work. Okay. You're probably going to need to, trade coupons with people through the internet, and you're really going to have to work very, very hard. And I find that, beyond that first hour a week, it's just not as profitable. If you look at what you earn in that first hour of active, enlightened Savings Angel shopping, generally, you can earn about $40 to $50 an hour for that 1 hour of work. Isn't that crazy? For 1 hour, you get $50. And again, you might be saying, okay, yeah, but that's just $50 in a month. No. You're going to do this every single week. So by the end of the month, now you're saving more than $200, and it can go up from there. Right? But I just want to let you know, can you do this with an extremely busy schedule? Yeah, I'll talk about that in just a second. But I want to talk about something else too, because sometimes I get the objection that people say, well, coupons, they're only for junk food. Let me reveal something. If you like junk food and you eat a lot of junk food, oh yeah, there's coupons for junk food. I'm not going to lie. But is there coupons for healthy food as well? You better believe there is. In fact, I went on the coupon diet. And if you do a search at Savings Angel, you can find my whole story about the coupon diet. And I actually went from weighing 230 pounds down to 100 and actually my lowest is 167 pounds. Now I've also, that was my first round. And I did the coupon diet and I just used my coupon savings to buy more produce. I was very conscious about what I ate. Didn't eat a lot of high processed carbs and that sort of thing. Ate protein in the morning. That was really all I did. And I just tracked everything that I ate. And I was able to go in 12 months time, I was able to lose 60 pounds. Why? Because I had extra money because of my coupon savings. And so I was able to invest in better foods for my family. So I want to help you fill your home with healthy foods at a fraction of the cost. Generally, you probably know how to eat healthy. There's nothing I really need to tell you about that. But wouldn't it be cool if your local grocery store came and knocked on your door and they said, every single month, we're going to give you a gift of an extra $300 added to your budget. You can spend it on anything you want at our store. What would you buy with that money? if all of a sudden you had this gift? Well, you might continue to buy the same stuff. And if so, you probably don't need to lose any weight, or you feel like you're already at optimum health, or you're just comfortable with the kind of food that you buy. But maybe you could see this as an opportunity to move forward with your health. And this is something, obviously, as you can tell in the sound of my voice, I'm really passionate about, because I've lived the life of an obese man and I didn't particularly enjoy it. And I'm telling you that if you have more choices, you have the ability to be, I guess, just make those choices. And with those choices, with great power comes great responsibility. With that extra $300-$400 saved every single month, you really can do some amazing stuff at the grocery store. And I want that for you. I want you to live healthier. I want you to be happy. I want you to have more money. And you absolutely deserve it. And guess what? With today's technology, it's really easy. There's really no objection that I've heard of other than, I just don't want to do it. I've heard it all, Josh. It all makes sense. I still don't want to do it. That's fine. I can lead you to water, can't make you drink. That's totally fine. But let me just remind you of something. And this is number 5. Don't put this off. Each week you delay shopping smarter and you think that your way is the way to do it. But meanwhile, you're spending $800-$900 a month at the grocery store, and yet you still complain about your bills and how you don't have enough money. I'm not sure that really adds up in my book. Okay. An extra $300 to $400 a month. That is a lot of money. An extra $300 to $400 a month. Most people who file bankruptcy will explain that if they only had an extra $300-$400 a month, they could have avoided it. I mean, extra $300-$400 a month. I mean, just think of the debt that you could pay down, the bills that you could pay, how you could move ahead with your budget. Maybe you're not saving enough for retirement. Okay, can I help you put an extra $300 a month into your retirement budget? How about your kids' college? Maybe that's looming for you. Okay. I'm telling you that a grocery savings account, or, just being able to work this system, right? There are certain people who get it, and there are other people that it just continue to not get it. I want you to be part of the group. And if you've been listening to the sound of my voice, hopefully this is adding up for you. Maybe you're already a seasoned couponer and you've already been using SavingsAngel for years. God bless you for that. You know what it's like. But chances are you probably have friends or loved ones that they complain about their lack of money. But yet they haven't, they can do something so simply. And they just choose not to. They need to hear this information. So, aside from that, is just when you have that extra $300, $400 a month, and heavens, if you go through my videos at SavingsAngel.com, okay, you'll learn how to double that savings easily in your utility bills, car payments, everything that you could possibly spend your money on: holidays, special events, family stuff, vacationing, travel. I have videos that will walk you through every single aspect of saving money as a head of household. And so I truly believe that what we've designed at SavingsAngel is life-changing. I want you to have more freedom with your money. I want you to have more fun in life. If there's a vacation, you want to come down here, I live in Orlando now, and you want to come to Disney World, go to Disney World. $300 to $400 a month for a year? You've got it, sister. You've got it, brother, right? That's what you're getting on $4,000. That's a good, really, really good Disney vacation. Would you like to provide that for your kids? Well, here we go. I think I've laid out the case. And if you want some help to do this, you could do it on your own. Okay, we've got free stuff at SavingsAngel. They're going to help. But if you're willing to, make a small investment, we'd love to help you. I would be honored to be able to help you. It's $3.06 a week. Okay. One time, $159. You're set for the year. If you don't save your $159 in your first 30 days, within 30 days, let us know and I'll happily give you a refund on that. Okay. I've designed SavingsAngel so that we can have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people, tens of thousands of people who can truly save significant amounts of money. Now you'll learn all about, well, how does it work? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. It's beyond what you can find for free on the internet. Just trust me on that. No website in the planet does what we do in Enlightened Shopping. And if you go to SavingsAngel, you'll see, just go right on, just click on, cut your grocery bill in half. What is VIP shopping? Click on any of those links. It'll explain exactly how it works. We've got great alert systems. You can navigate by store. You build a list. You print your list, grab your coupons, go to the store, in and out. Boom, you get the savings. And I really, really, really want these savings for you. So again, if before July 28th, you're listening to this or watching this, midnight, go take advantage of this offer, because at midnight, Thursday, July 28th, the offer ends and it goes back up to $200 and some. So save yourself a lot of money. You've got a guarantee. And also, I want to invite you on a special bonus for anyone who is a VIP member. By Thursday, you'll get invited to join me on a special live video workshop where I will be there. I'll see if I can get Rachel. I'll see if I can get Barb or Di. Okay, at least one of the three will also be on there with me. Or we might get Tammy or some of the other people that help. We've got such amazing women who, trust me when I say that they are more brilliant than I am when it comes to couponing. And they will answer any and all of your questions. We will hold your hand and we will help you to achieve whatever savings goal you have for your family, right? If you have a lot of mouths to feed, I get it. I know how stressful that can be, especially when there always seems to be not enough money at the end of the month. I've absolutely been there. I know what that feels like, and I know how easily we can change that for you, okay? So there's your bonus. We're going to have at least 2 live video workshops where so when you log in with your VIP membership, you'll see the link right there. Click here, schedule, make sure you're on board with us. It'll be probably like a Tuesday night and some other time, right? Schedule that, and all of us will be there to answer all of your questions in real time, live on anything you want to talk about related to saving money. If it's not at the grocery store, I've been doing this for 10 years. So is Rachel. So is Barb. We've been around the block. We know everything there is to know about saving, and we will answer your questions in real time. So there's your bonus. That alone is worth the $159 or the $3.06 a week for the next 52 weeks. So with that, hey, thank you so much for spending this time with me, either in this podcast or you went to the website and you watched it on video. This is the first time I've ever done this. I don't know if I'm going to do this again. If I get some good feedback, I'll do it again. And maybe next time I'll have my kids in here too. We'll play around and talk about whatever you want to talk about. So with that, again, thank you so much for listening. Please, please, please share this with a friend. Go to our website, share the link to this video with a friend as well, especially the friend who needs to get ahead financially. I would be honored to be of service to not only you, but to your friend. I promise I'm going to make you look good. All right. That's my promise to you. I'm going to make you look really, really good so that they come back and say, wow, that was really great information. Thank you. All right. They are going to thank you. All right. And if they don't, let me know. Right. And let me know what it is that they didn't like. All right. So thank you so much for spending this time with me. I want to make sure you have a great day, have a great week, and live abundantly.